Okay, welcome to the Kathy Woodhurst channel. I hope you'll think about subscribing. Today's lesson is all about painting lavender. So let's get started. You'll need some watercolor paper, some water, various colors of watercolor paint, a tray to mix your colors, and a large pointy brush, and a smaller pointy watercolor brush for doing fine work, some blotting paper just to take excess water off your brush if you need to. I always like to start with a piece of lavender. If you don't have lavender, that's okay, but it's just nice to be able to sort of have a look at the color and the shape of the individual petals on the lavender. If you don't, just use a picture of lavender, and I happen to have a card that I've made with lavender, so that's what I'm going to use as my resource for today. So let's get started. First of all, I'm just going to mix some purple up. So I'm going to wet my brush and pick up some purple in my watercolor paint and just sort of mix it over here. It's not totally purple, there's a bit of blue in here, so I'm just going to add some blue to the purple, mix that up a bit until I get the color that I want. Let's start here. So I'm just doing an impression of starting from the top. I'm just going to touch the point of my brush and just sort of slide it sideways to get sort of the top of the petal working. There's a bit too much water on here, so I'm just going to blot some of it off and bring sort of like a flute shape for the base. Bring it down. I'm going to blot again, and you're just basically laying down different shapes in the lavender stem, and then you sort of see something going this way, and again it's all about just carrying the water along the page and looking at various shapes in the lavender. And it's got some nice little sort of petals at the top, and then sort of a flute coming down. And I see some more sort of petals that are almost look like little wings. And let's just bring that wing out a little bit, and one more here, and then we're just basically going down the stalk and getting some more sort of variations. Of the flower. And there's just some very lovely little small pieces coming out this way, and I'm just going to accentuate them. That's the top, and sort of a cylinder coming down. Now, as you can see, you're getting the basic shape of the lavender here. That's just giving you an idea of how to get started. And then with a smaller brush, you can take the stem, get your greens mixed up here, and I'm not going to touch any of the wet watercolor here because the green will just get absorbed into the purple and it'll just make just a hot mess. So I'm just going to do the bottom just for, demonstration purposes, how to get your stem going. So I'll start here with without touching any of the watercolor. And you just sort of guide the brush down and sort of medium pressure, and as long as you want to make the stalk. And as you can see in a lavender picture, you will see these little leaves coming out here. So again, I'm just going to use the smaller brush, press down and drag till you get the length that you want, and then just sort of lift, and that will give you a nice tip for the leaf. So basically that's what your lavender is going to look like. The end result will be putting just a bunch of those together any way you like. So I hope you have fun drawing lavender, and if you want to see more floral paintings, have a look at my website, kathywoodhurst.com. Thanks very much.